Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Conservative Bird. We're going to be getting into this video, another one from Liberal Hiveminds. He's been dropping like 3 videos a day lately. It's crazy. But yeah, before we get into it though, make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that notification, and smash that reaction. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I don't know about
Yeah, this meme is so true.
you guys, but I absolutely hate double standards. Why is it socially acceptable or politically acceptable for one group to say something and then for another group saying that exact same thing is deemed horrible, bigoted, racist, the list goes on. And really the question of this video is, why is it that other countries get to preserve their traditions, culture, values, and history, yet we're labeled as racists for even suggesting the idea?
Right. How is it that we're not like people don't want us to keep our values true to our country, but like want us to respect everybody else's? Doesn't make any sense.
I want to play a couple clips from a Polish MP, just because they're absolutely based and they set the standard, and then I want to talk about the double standard. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so I present to you Polish MEP, I said MP but it's actually member of European Parliament, not Parliament, Dominik Tarczynski. Just take a look at these two clips back to back.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
That's exactly what we need to do.
And you're proud of that?
It's something to be very proud of. Keeping the people of your country safe is something to be proud of.
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one, will come to Poland.
Yeah, you should have 0 illegal immigrants. Nothing wrong with people immigrating to your country, but do it the right way.
Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But
Yes.
I asked not
quota
about
system
illegal
failed.
immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
I would be.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one.
Right.
This is why our government was elected. This is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even...
I want to say people only use that racism stuff to try and play into your emotions. Because once you throw that word out there, you're going to get fluttered. You're going to be like, oh. But it's just not true. Just because you're protecting the people of your country, that doesn't mean anything.
one terrorist attack. Look
It's actually a really good thing. I would want my president to do that. Unfortunately, look where we're at now.
at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about
I don't care either.
my family and about my country. The lowest
It's beautiful.
unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland.
I wonder why.
One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your
Right.
engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there's a 0 terrorist attacks in Poland.
How great is that?
Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn.
And that's what people get mistaken, especially with the U.S. We're not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic, which means we go by our constitution.
From Poland, be like Poland. Thank you very much.
The man is an absolute legend. And I'm sitting here questioning, why can't we do the same? What is so
Right.
controversial about this kind of stance? Why has it become
There's
the
no-
norm that wealthy Western nations have to open up their borders to the world's poor economic migrants? Why is it racist or even slightly controversial to stand by the belief that a sovereign nation has the right to close its borders and reject migrants that they don't believe are going to assimilate well in their nation? Or even if the concern isn't assimilation, what's wrong with a country prioritizing its own citizens?
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. You should take care of your people first, no matter what. I don't care what country it is.
You know, I don't get where this responsibility to house the world's poor comes from. It is not our responsibility to open the door anytime there's any conflict or economic collapse in a country thousands of miles away. Why is it acceptable for Poland to close their borders and to deny illegal immigrants, but not okay for us? Why is it okay for Japan to close their borders, not only not accept
Well, see, what he doesn't realize is they're criticizing him for it. So it is okay, but they're acting like it's not okay. They're giving him the same treatment they would give anybody else in that situation.
accepting illegal immigrants, but basically not really accepting any immigrants in general for the sole purpose of preserving their culture? But if we
Right.
even utter those words,
What's wrong with that?
the leftist mob grabs the pitchfork and torches. And now relating to the Israel-Hamas conflict, again we're expected to open up the doors. For Pete's sakes, Nikki Haley just went on CNN and basically advocated for once again opening the immigration floodgates for Palestinians fleeing the region.
What was your response when you heard what Governor DeSantis said?
I dealt
What is wrong with this lady?
with this every day for 2 years. And, what I can tell you is you have to realize that whether we're talking about Gazans and
So sad.
Palestinians, all of them don't, you've got half of them at the time that I was there didn't want to be under Hamas's rule. They didn't want to have terrorists overseeing them. They knew that they were living a terrible life because of Hamas. You had the other half that supported Hamas and wanted to be a part of that. We see that with Iran, too. The Iranian people don't want to be under that Iranian regime. They don't. We saw what happened to Masa Amini. We saw how they treat them. There's
But here's the thing, that's their country. They need to deal with it. They need to deal with it, not us.
so many of these people who want to be free from this terrorist rule. They want to be free from all of that. And America's always been sympathetic to the fact that you can separate civilians from terrorists. And that's what we have to do.
How about no for once? Even beyond no, how about absolutely not? I mean, did you catch what she said? She said 50% support Hamas, 50% don't. And we should be sympathetic to accepting Palestinians. Well, how exactly are you going to vet these people? That's a great question. You're telling me 50%. Now, obviously, it's an arbitrary random number, but anyways, let's say it's close to reality. 50% of Palestinians support an overt terrorist group, and we should open the border to hundreds of thousands of these individuals? We're going to be able to perfectly vet which ones support terrorism and which ones don't? Are you out of your damn mind? There is a...
Right. Like, how are you going to know? Because it's so easy for somebody to come over here and say, no, 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 we're not part of that. No, no, we're not part of that. And then bring it on us. It's so easy to do. Like, doesn't make sense.
Disconnect. A cultural disconnect that is way too big. You know where there's not that cultural gap? In neighboring Arab countries in the region. And again, it comes
I see two women on the screen right now.
right back
Look at that face. Is weird.
to that same double standard. Why is it that we are expected to open the border for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people? When neighboring countries aren't even willing to accept a single person. Here is King Abdullah II of Jordan declaring that Palestinian refugees are his red line.
To part of the question on the issues of refugees coming to Jordan, and I think I can quite strongly speak on behalf not only of Jordan as a nation, but of our friends in Egypt. That is a red line. Because I think that is the plan by certain of the usual suspects to try and create de facto issues on the ground. No refugees in Jordan, no refugees in Egypt.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
There will be no refugees in Jordan, and there will be no...
In all honesty, no country should have refugees right now. Everybody should stay in their country and fight. If that's what you... I don't get it.
Refugees in Egypt. Yeah, of course they know they could say that, because they know the double standard exists. They don't have to accept the world's refugees or the world's economic migrants. Why? Why do something so stupid when Italy, France, the United Kingdom, Germany, the United States, and Canada will foot the bill and open their doors? And even if we don't open our doors, it's not like we lock the door, and it's not like we enforce our spaces. Millions of illegal migrants are entering anyways, and it's not like we're gonna really put in a
Right, it's not like they care anyway, like our government doesn't care. That's what they want. They want to flood us with as many people as possible.
deep effort to catch, apprehend, and deport them. Our policies are dumb. The world knows it. The world's laughing at us while we pat ourselves on the back for being heroic and compassionate. It's not compassion, it's stupid. Everybody
Yeah, very stupid.
knows it. It is an unsustainable practice that will eventually bring harm. Border officials know it.
And you can't overstate how concerned border officials are at the number of migrants that are coming from countries with ties to terrorism. And as you noted, Fox News confirming that since the fiscal year began, October 1st, more than 16,000 known gotaways entered. They were observed and seen, not brought into custody. We don't know who they are, where they're from, or why they're here.
Did he just say 16,000 since October 1st? Let's backtrack that a tiny bit if we can.
Officials know it.
And you can't overstate how concerned border officials are at the number of migrants that are coming from countries with ties to terrorism. And as you noted, Fox News confirming that since the fiscal year began, October 1st, more than 16,000 known gotaways entered. They were observed.
16,000 since October 1st. Let me look. What is today's date? Today's date is the 18th. Dude, that's almost 1,000 a day.
And seen, not brought into custody. We don't know who they are,
Wow.
where they're from, or why they're here.
Joe Biden's administration knows it.
Let me ask you about the southern border, because obviously the chaos there, the openness, you can argue about that, but I mean, record numbers of people showing up there, record numbers of people who are either on a terror list or associated with somebody who is a family member, an associate. We're at record numbers for those. How worried are you, as somebody who is, your job is national security, that we have an issue there with somebody who would be a bad actor, a copycat, or a terrorist cell?
We're concerned about the potential spillover from the war against Hamas in terms of domestic security. That's why days ago, I mean, within a day or two of the attacks, the president ordered the team, the national security team and the Department of Homeland Security to work with state and local authorities to make sure that we have the intel picture in place to be able to identify and potentially disrupt any domestic terror threat as a result of what's going on against Hamas. And I will tell you that even as we were speaking here this morning, we simply don't have any specific credible threat to speak to, but that doesn't mean we're not looking very, very hard.
They're concerned. But if you raise any concern, or if any Republican politician raises concern, or pushes for any policy reform on the issue, well, they're a racist.
Right, and that's how they do. They use that word to just play into people's emotions, and people fall for it every time.
Me a break. Again, on this particular issue, the only person that I stand with unequivocally who has the balls to actually say it and stand by it is Donald Trump.
But as I've already said many, many times before, I will immediately reinstate and expand the wildly successful Trump travel ban on entry from terror-plagued countries.
Right, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with protecting your country? There is literally nothing wrong with that.
Territories and places we're going to.
They just tell you it's racist, so you look and think that it's racist.
They ended it. And it just kept us safe. We wouldn't let people come in from certain countries where there's tremendous terror. Makes sense, right? If you're coming from somewhere full of people who want to kill Americans, we will not let you in.
Right. I mean, this is the most logical thing that you could say.
Worked very hard on it.
I think my point was made. That's pretty much the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, everybody. I really appreciate you. Let me know what you guys think. I agree with all of that. It doesn't make sense on how wanting to protect your own country can be deemed as this whole racist attribute just because you want to be safe. It's illogical to me. It really doesn't make sense. But yo, on that note, we are going to end it. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me today. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and smash that notification. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.